Hello friends, I am Omerus. I would be very happy if you liked the video and subscribe before moving on to the video. Following the Salem witch trials, which began in March 1692, 7 women accused of witchcraft were sentenced to death on September 22, 1692. More than 20 people were tried over the course of 15 months at the Salem trials, which were held in counties in Massachusetts, and 20 people were sentenced to death. Salem village priest Samuel Parris' 9-year-old daughter Betty and her 11-year-old cousin began to experience mental shock and exhibit strange behaviors. The children's complaints of needle-cut wounds and puncture wounds on their bodies, crawling on the ground and contorting themselves into strange shapes aroused suspicion, and a doctor examined the children. However, no physical ailments were found in the children. Shortly afterwards, a young woman living in Salem village began to exhibit similar behaviors. This led to the accusation of witchcraft, which was extremely common in Europe at the time. Women who lived alone, were poor or elderly, or came from different ethnic backgrounds in Salem as in other regions were declared the usual suspects. After the first trial, Sarah Good, Sarah Osborne, who was Sarah Good's maid, and Tituba, who was working as a slave for Pastor Parris, were arrested, while the 2 women denied the accusations. Tituba said she was a witch. Tituba was released after a while. Despite admitting that she was a witch, Pastor Parris, who was about to lose his position at the church, was declared a hero for starting a witch hunt and continued his duty in this way. The fact that the event started around the priest and Tituba was released despite admitting that she was a witch led to claims that the trials were a plot by the priest. Salem courts, after the 3 women were arrested, the villagers continued to claim that they were experiencing strange events. Thereupon, it was concluded that the witches were a larger group and new trials began. More than 20 people, mostly women, accused of being witches were tried, and many were arrested after trials based on the villagers' accounts. During the trials, Martha Curry defended herself and some of the women by saying they attended church regularly, and argued that the accusations made by the church were unfounded. However, the defenses were rejected. Some of the women accused of witchcraft escaped from prison, and some died while in prison. 7 women: Martha Curry, Mary Easty, Mary Parker, Alice Parker, and Pudita, Wilmot Red and Margaret Scott, and 1 boy, Samuel Wardwell, was publicly executed on September 22, 1692. In 1692, it was revealed that the strange pains experienced by villagers who were bewitched by witches were caused by rye spur toxicity caused by a type of fungus found in rye, wheat and other grains. Research published in Science magazine in 1976 showed that symptoms such as hallucinations, vomiting and muscle spasms seen in villagers in Salem were caused by rye spur. The first legal witch trial was held in 1204, and after more than 600 years, witchcraft was decriminalized in 1736. Most of the people tried for witchcraft and killed by execution, burning or torture are women. Although the number of people killed on charges of witchcraft is not known exactly, research shows that it is between 50,000 and 300,000 today. The laws of Cameroon and Saudi Arabia still contain articles regarding witchcraft. In addition, people who are thought to be witches continue to be killed in African societies. India and Papua New Guinea, in African countries such as Tanzania, Burundi and Uganda, children born with albinism are killed on the grounds that they provide witchcraft material for witches due to their strange appearance.